Dear student, as we discussed in our second lecture, why communication is important or communication is the lifeblood of any organization. Now I am going to start my third lecture of chapter 1, Introduction to Business Communication. The topic of our third lecture is differentiate between formal language and informal language. There are two types of standard language, formal language and informal language. Now, what is formal language? What is informal language? The language we use when we are dealing with serious business affair, we probably use formal language. Informal language, where we use informal language? Informal language we use in private conversations, personal letters, when we are talking with our friends, we use informal language. Like I am giving you an example of formal dress, informal dress. When we wear formal dress, when we go to college, we wear a college uniform. It's formal dress. When we are at home, we wear on dress at home like informal dress. On any informal occasion, we wear informal dress. On any formal occasion or gathering, we wear formal dress. So I want to clear this topic point-wise. Formal, informal. There are so many words in English. Few words are formal, few are informal. Like manager, it's a formal word. Boss, informal. Boss is an all-purpose word. Like we can use for teacher, for manager, for supervisor. It's informal. Boss word is informal. Manager is formal. Children, formal. Kids, informal. Boy, formal. Guy, informal. Advertisement, formal. Ad, informal. Usually businessmen, they use the word ad, informal word. Police officer, cop. Police officer, formal. Cop, formal. Now, where we use formal language, where we use informal language, in English, lots of words derived from the Latin, Greek. English, we use different words with a combination of prefix and suffix. For example, telephone, telemeter, telephone, suffix, prefix, telemeter. So there are so many words. Formal language we usually use for application letters of public and utility company. For business letters, memos, memorandum report, discussions of serious issues, formal report, oral and written report, class discussions, and analytical and informational report. Where we use informal language? In private conversation, on an informal occasion, personal and private letter, we use all-purpose word. Like I have told you, boss. Boss is an all-purpose word. Boss that we use for manager, supervisor, as I told you, formal. Like I have given you example here. Informal, boss, formal, manager, supervisor. Now, formal and informal, word by word. Endeavor means try. Endeavor is a formal, informal, try. Utilize, use. Utilize, formal, use is informal. Interrogate, ask. Interrogate is formal, ask is informal. So, I have probably described word and their meaning, formal, informal, and the differences between formal and informal language. Actually, now see it's written, informal language, in informal language we can use contraction like I have, she is. In informal language, moves freely in all directions, while formal language is the official language. When we are using formal language, keep one thing in your mind: we have to avoid slang. While when we are using informal language, we can use freely in all directions. It's not predefined. So I have discussed briefly the word, their meaning, and differences between formal language and informal language, where we use formal language, where we use informal language. Now, I have given 3 lectures, first, second, and third, of the chapter 1, Introduction to Business Communication. Hope things are clear. And if you have any question regarding, then we will discuss. I hope things are clear. Thank you for watching. Bye.